Hello everyone and welcome back to our episode on Dark Souls Remastered. You people all thought I forgot gave up on this game, didn't ya? Nope. Okay, for those who are out of the loop and without context, Elden Ring just dropped 2 months from now. Okay, now the people from the future have been informed. Yes, I'll continue making content for Dark Souls Remaster. Okay, for today's item, sorry it took so long, but this is the Stone Greatsword by request. Stone Knights who guard the Darkroot Garden wield this moss-covered greatsword. The same magic which created the Stone Knights imbued within the sword. Unleashed this power to wield the swords with 2 hands. Alright. Now, at least to mention now, in terms of doing showcases, I think the ratio between Elden Ring, since I've been making content on that for the last 2 months, to Dark Souls Remaster, I believe I'll make 4-to-1. That is 4 to Elden Ring, 1 to Dark Souls Remaster, at least for the time being. Back to the video. Well, the Stone Greatsword is just that, a greatsword. Oh man, things of Dark Souls were so much simpler back then. Okay, stat-wise. Physically, while the Stone Greatsword boasts an impressive physical strength, and even without upgrades, the bonus damage even overtakes the base damage. And we're not even talking about magic damage yet, which it also has. And very light scaling, very light. Alright, speaking of scaling on the parameters, we got a C for strength, C for dexterity, and an E for intelligence there. Not a whole lot. Nothing for auxiliary effects. Damage reduction, well, it can make for a decent makeshift shield, but strangely, you think you'd be able to block magic a bit better, given that the blade is infused with it. No matter. Requirements, however. You need a heck of a lot of strength. 40 just to wield this. So pretty much you're investing in a strength build. And plus 10 dexterity, which most characters almost have starting out. Durability is actually rather a little bit important. It is at 800, which is lots, and not at the same time. You'll realize this later. But another important factor is the weight. At 18.08 pounds, that is quite a heavy blade. It is heavy. Makes sense given it's made of stone. Alright. And there is one special ability above this, but we'll get about that soon enough. Now, historically, well, there's no historical counterpart. Any great sword I can put on the right side, use your imagination, is not as wide as this. In fact, I argue that here, the broadsword, it's more akin to the actual broadsword in the game. It seems like a very scaled up version. It has the same wide blade, similar handle, it just seems like they just warped some of the properties of it. But yeah, if this thing was in real life, well, it would be perfect for a statue. Not so great to wield. It wouldn't be possible, simply put. But yes, at least when I look at it, that's what I see it as a scaled up broadsword all the way to a great sword parameters. Feel free to argue what you think it might be, and what its historical inspiration is. Maybe I'm wrong, but in terms of the sizing, there's no way this would be practically being used if it was a real weapon, even if it was made out of steel. I'm pretty sure the weight-wise would be around possibly 30 pounds, and incredibly difficult to even swing. Enough of that, let's go on to the animations. So, the base attack, this is classified as a large heavy sword, so the swinging attacks are quite hard to swing, as your character is quite slowly with it and whips it back up to his shoulder. Now on to power attack, you could pretty much use the weapon like an axe, though I think an actual stone sword would break, if not infused with magic, whoever's holding it together. Alright, next we get the back step, which is a step back and twirl, or roundhouse slash if you will. Simple enough. The power attack version, of course, does not exist of this. The backstep and power attack, that is. So no surprise there. They didn't add it for Elden Ring either, come to think of it. Okay, next we'll do the sprint attack here. So basically it's step back, except now you got more of a forward motion, if you will, as it's sprinting to the roundhouse slash. And of course, there is no power attack variant. So your character comes to a full grind halt, just do a power attack. Always a missed opportunity. Alright, gosh, so little of animations. So that's what I try to do here is a plunge attack. So yes, Plunge attack, you jump, and using the weapon very much like an axe. Alright. And I think that was about... I guess there's some kick animations, and that's always normal. But, yeah, that's enough for one-handed. We're on to two-handed. So, normal attack is you're basically overhead and underhead slicing and chopping. There's nothing new there. When you do a power attack, well, you just do this. And you're probably wondering, if you're not well informed, what the hell just happened. Well, and on top of that, if you looked even closer, you realized, oh, using it consumes durability. Each time, 200 points of durability. That's a lot. What you activated was really the smaller version of the Tranquil Walk of Peace. Now, I'm not going to really... What this normally does is pretty much hampers your ability to move freely. You can still move, just not very quickly, which I'll show after the animations here. So, we got the step back, which is the same as the single-handed version, just your character is equipping with both hands. So, nothing new there. Alright, we got the sprint attack, which again, same as quick back, or jump back, sorry. Just again, you're just doing a spin around slash attack. Nothing new with the kick animations, but you can do the plunge, but you have to be careful or you may accidentally activate the power attack ability. So yeah. And you see there's no sprint, it just immediately activates the ability. Now to use this ability, I'll show here, your opponent will have a gold ring around them. And there you go, you affected them with the Curse of Walking. Doesn't really do much other than make them quite angry. You could run away if you want, or maybe line up a good powerful attack, but it only lasts about 15 seconds. Not very long. Now, you can get this weapon by farming it from the Stone Giants, or even buying it from Shiva the East, or so it's written there, but no matter. The easy way to get it early in the game is to attack the Stone Giants. So well. Now, another problem. This is classified as a unique weapon, so it takes Twinkling Tainted Knight just to upgrade. Very finite. And here's what it looks like fully upgraded. Now, again, the base physical damage is very impressive, and my scaling just creeps out ahead of it. As you noticed, no actual extra damage on that strength. So, using the weapon is a bit of a try of patience, to be honest. Because you always want to use those power attacks, but you can't, not necessarily. You can't normally use a power attack when it's two-handed. And when you, I don't know about you, but when I have large weapons, I generally do wield them. Or I guess two-hand them is the proper term. So yeah, because that's me trying to, well, forgetting, oh wait, can't use the power attack. It's always a bit of a hindrance, but no matter. Let's throw some critical damage, which is plenty. Plenty of critical damage. So using against large opponents seems fitting, but again, you're always locked into using the normal attack. You use the plunge, like I showed right there, but it's alright. In terms of the usefulness of that power, I say it's down there useless. Because trying to use that power, the clock's already ticking, and I guess in this moment you can see I can at least get away from the enemies, but before I can take proper advantage of it, the effect wears off. 15 seconds is far, far too short. At least for fighting multiple opponents or even humanoid opponents. But oh well. It is what it is, it's powerful, but I find the weapon clunky and cumbersome. At least in the modern Souls franchise. And how we're very used to other methods and other effects. But no matter. Now, you probably wonder, hey, does this effect work against bosses? Well, I decided, why not try it against the first boss? And yes, the ring does appear there. But, however, as you'll see, he still runs at full speed. So, oh well, it was worth an attempt. Otherwise, in terms of damage, well, it's hard to gauge because it's the first playthrough and my character has the stats of a third playthrough person. But still, lots of damage. Now, moving on to the pros and cons. On the pros side of the Stone Greatsword, it boasts impressive raw damage. And it has built-in magic damage, which is also pretty good. Also, if you were to use a weapon only physically, it has quite a bit of durability to it. Alright. But that's it for the pros. On the cons, unfortunately, the weapon is incredibly heavy. It takes a tremendous amount of strength just to wield. The special move is far from impressive. Its timer's way too short, it kills the durability of the sword, so yeah, and it takes Twinkling Titanite just to upgrade it. So yeah. Whew, that's a lot of cons. So yeah, this weapon has a lot going against it. Moving on to the stats of the Stone Greatsword. Well, for damage, I'm going to give that a solid B. There's a lot of damage to be had there. Doesn't have so much DPS though. Reach, no different from another Greatsword in this game, so B+. Animation's going to take a serious dip. Why? Because you lose half your power animations. A C-. That's annoying. Scaling, pretty good darn scaling across strength and magic. Well, not so much magic, but plenty of the magic damage. But scaling it's a B. Miscellaneous, E. There's a lot of reasons for me, at least I find, not to use this weapon. The weight, the ability, duration ability, and what the ability does to the weapon. These are all detrimental to really functionality. I get it, there's some use for it in PvP, maybe if you have a co-op buddy and your buddy uses that ability on your opponent, and then your opponent can't move so much anymore, that's nice, but outside those moments, it's just a struggle to be using that ability. So overall, I give the Stone Greatsword a C+. Good weapon, but oof, a lot going against it. So, in short, it's a good weapon for certain fields of use, but there's a lot of greatswords in the game, and in my opinion, the other ones out there arguably are more usable. Doesn't make this one terrible, just makes certain parts of it terrible in my opinion, but oh well. Still, powerful enough to use casually, definitely that. And I guess you could get it early in the game if you're lucky, if you can farm it from an enemy. But, oh well. I think that's been showcased for today. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you guys next time. Do take care out there.